All right, welcome, welcome. This is the Team Genesis Zoom webinar that we do every Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, and we do this at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight is going to be a great call. So we ask that you just actually sit back and relax and pay attention to what you're going to learn tonight, because this gentleman is bringing forth the information on this compensation plan is truly second to none. My name is Todd Dalton. I'm an executive here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step back and turn it over to our great leader.
You disappeared on us, Todd. All right, I'll go ahead and take over from here, and thank you, Todd, and thank you everyone for being with us tonight. We have a very special presentation in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you who attend these webinars on a weekly basis know I talk about our complete and very unique value proposition here at CTFO. And tonight we're going to focus on just one aspect of our incomparable program, our hybrid compensation plan. As you know, it was designed by our owner, Stu Finger, and he had one goal in mind, and that was to create a pay plan that was for everybody, that everybody here could make money, and so we are. It's a fact. You won't find a pay plan like ours anywhere. And to help make that case for us tonight, I've invited my dear friend and Executive Vice President, Joe, to our webinar. He's going to share with you and me what's possible for us and everybody at CTFO when we go to work and we do the basics of what's required to create the lifestyle that we dreamed of, not just for ourselves, but for our precious family. So I want to thank you, Joe, for being with us tonight. It's all yours.
All right, can you hear me?
I can, Joe. Thank you so much.
Good, good. Let's get going. Thank you very much for that introduction. I want to talk to you guys tonight, obviously, about the compensation plan, and trust me, by the time I'm done, hopefully you will have learned a ton and you will know this comp plan in and out. But before I even get going, I want to talk to you about a couple of things about CTFO in general. You know, I've been in this industry a long time, over 20 years, and I've always been on the leading end of this, meaning I've always been one of the leaders of the companies. I've sat on several of the boards, and I've always asked myself over the years, why do people quit? Why do people have something negative to say about this industry? And here are the top 5 that I came up with. The entry fee is too much, too high. You know, with most companies, I don't know if you guys have ever joined one of these direct sales companies where you work out of the home, but a lot of times you're spending anywhere between $300 and $1,000 just to get in. It's a whole courting process just to get someone to come in. You talk to them, they might have responded to an ad, or you talk to them, then you got to meet them for coffee, you got to answer even more questions, you get back on the phone, they want information, you send them information, you get back on, you do a 3-way call. It's crazy just to get one person in. That's number one. Number 2, the monthly auto ships. They're just too high. I mean, when it finally comes to your doorstep, you're paying $150 to $200 a month just to stay active. Third, qualifications to reach your pay levels. They're hard. And if some of the members start making too much money, the corporate will come down on you and start raising your quotas of what you need to do in order to get pay, or they'll give you half pay or a quarter pay or something like that. And it gets very, very frustrating. And then one of the biggest things that I came up with is people always say, I lost money in that deal. I got hurt. You know, I'm tired of not only getting hurt, but getting other people in and they get stung, they get burnt, and they have a bad taste in their mouth. Well, the thing that you've got to understand, and most of you should know by now with CTFO, none of that is here. Not one thing that I just mentioned is here. It's free to get in. And remember, free is better than cheap. It's not even cheap, it's free. It's the only free thing that you can get in right now in this industry. That's number 1. Monthly auto ship. Listen, if you want to get paid, then you got to be active. You got to do at least 47 US dollars, not volume, dollars out of your pocket to get paid. That's as low as you're going to find in the industry. Qualifications to reach pay levels. Just be active. Actually, you don't even need to be active. This is the first time ever I've seen an organization, a company, come out with the qualifications to where they're going to pay you 20% on anything that your personally enrolled customers or members order for life. You're going to get 20% because you personally enrolled them. You don't even have to be active for that. I've never, in 25 years, I've never seen that. You get it here, though. Okay, if you want to get the whole booty, you just need to be active. You got to do at least $47. Qualifications to reach pay, like I said, you just got to be active. Too hard to recruit people. Like we said, free's free. Free is free, okay? And then lost money in that deal. There's no way you can lose money here. There's no startup fee to get in. There's no monthly hosting fees for the incredible websites, not only that we have now, but what we're about to get. But more importantly, there's no renewal fees. There's just nothing. So all of these have been dispelled. And I want to tell you how hard it is to get involved and build some of these things. You know, the interesting thing about this company is that most people, whether they're getting in as a member or they're getting as a customer, let's talk about members, business builders. These products are so incredible. Now remember, we only have to do $47 in order to be active and get paid on everything, right? Pretty much everything, as long as you're recruiting people. But on the other end of that, and here's the kicker, this is the thing that you want to know. You're only active for $47, yet the average company-wide sales volume, meaning per capita, per individual that gets in here, the average order is over $110. That's more than 2 times what we need to do. And so that tells you right there that people are getting in because they love these products. I have one of my members got in, and I'll never forget, she came in off something I ran or something, and I couldn't get a hold of her, and she kept ordering product and kept ordering product. She ordered over $700 of product before she returned my phone call. And she had a brilliant way of explaining herself. She said, well, I wanted to make sure these products were great and that I loved them before I even dared jumped into the business end. I mean, how awesome. But she did that on her own. I didn't tell her to do that. But it's incredible. So let's get started with this compensation plan. I've got more to share, but I really want to get to the bottom line here. This compensation plan, and here's how you want to do it. It can be broken into 3 things: a front end, a back end, and then the icing on the cake. The front end is a unilevel plan. I'm going to go over every one of these in detail. Okay, it's the unilevel plan, pays 5 levels. Then you've got the 3x21 level matrix. That's the back end. That has nothing to do with rank advancement. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. And then we've got the infinity bonuses and extras after that. All right, here's a typical unilevel. I want every one of you to pay attention to what I'm going to do in this compensation plan that I'm going over here, because it's very important. We have 2 different organizations. Each of us do. The only one that you're going to see online so far is the matrix. But right now, what we've got is right here. This is a unilevel plan. This means that you went out and you enrolled this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. You can enroll infinitely wide. And then these people start trickling in and ordering their other people. Okay, so it's haphazard. You might get in 10 people and no one orders. You might get in 11 people and 2 people order. You might get in 1,000 people and 50 people ordering. Doesn't matter. But each one of these people getting in, their legs. Okay? Now let's go over the 3x21 level matrix. I want to reiterate something 3 or 4 times. The matrix, please get this into your head because it confused me for the first 2.5 months. The matrix has nothing to do with rank advancement. I'm going to repeat that. The matrix has nothing to do with rank advancement. It is just another way we get paid. Stuart put it in there because it's another way that we can generate residual, ongoing, weekly, monthly, yearly income that's just going to keep coming in over and over and over again. It's just another way to get paid. That's the only way I want you to look at it. It goes 21 levels deep, but it really goes to infinity. I'll explain that in a minute. Let's start with the unilevel plan. Here's your unilevel plan. Remember, you enrolled every one of these people. Now, every one of these people that you enrolled become a leg. You don't see them in your back office as a leg, but they're a leg. So if you've gone out and enrolled 20 people, you've got 20 legs. If you've gone out and enrolled 100 people, you've got 100 legs. If you've gone out and enrolled 1,500 people, we have several people that have done that, you have 1,500 different legs. Are you with me? Okay? Follow me on this, okay? Some people say, but wait a minute, I only thought there was 3. No, remember, that was on the matrix. That has nothing to do with the pay. So let's go back to the unilevel, okay? Now, these people are going to start going out. Some people will do nothing. Other people, like this one right here, will get going and get cranking pretty good, okay? And then those people will start getting people. Those people will start getting people, et cetera, okay? And that's kind of how the unilevel fills in. But how do we get paid on the unilevel? Well, it's real simple. Anybody I told you that you've personally enrolled infinitely wide and forever, doesn't matter when they order, now, a year from now, they can even order 5 years, you're still going to get 20% on anybody that you personally enrolled, you're getting 20% on. If they go out and they enroll people, they bring people in, again, whether they're customers or members, business builders, they're going to get 20%. They're going to get 20% of their people. You're going to get 4%. Remember, we're focusing on you and your pay. You're going to get 4% on your second level. Those people go out and get people. You're going to make 4% of those orders. You're going to make 4% of the next level orders, and you're going to make 4% of the next order. So that goes 5 levels deep. 20, 4, 4, 4, 4. And that's why we call that the front end pay. It pays immediately, and it pays right out of the gate. And you do know that we pay weekly. Not monthly, we pay weekly, and it's awesome how they pay, okay? Thing ends at 12 o'clock on a Sunday. We're getting our paychecks on Wednesday. We drop them into our bank, and we actually get the money in our bank by Friday. So Sunday it ends. By Friday, you got your money in your bank account. So it's pretty awesome. All right, let's keep going here. Now let's go over, and remember, that right there, that was the unilevel plan. These are your legs. These are what count. Don't forget that. Now let's just go to the matrix, okay? The matrix is just, again, it's just something there. It's a back end, and people just start filling in 3 by 3, 3, 9, 27, 81, etc. You with me on that? You can see just down on your 11th level alone, there's 177,000 plus people just on your 11th level. Take that down 21 levels, you're in the billions. That's B as in boy. So forget about that. You'll never fill your matrix. That's what you need to know. You will never fill your matrix. Okay? Now, I'm going to go into a lot of detail on both of these sides, the unilevel and the matrix, but I need you to see this. Now, what does count as far as rank advancement, though, is volume. Now, what I want to tell you about this matrix like this, these 3 people that came in, they could have been the people that you put in. They could have also been spillover from above you, okay? Because let's say that you went out and you put in these 3 people here. Well, someone above you might have put someone in and it falls right here. You have no control of that. None of us have control of that. The matrix fills the way the matrix fills, okay? So it goes like this. Once you reach 25,000 US dollars in sales in a rolling 31 days, people say, oh, you mean for a month? No, I'm not talking January, February, March, April, May. I'm talking in a rolling 31 days. So it could be the 15th of June to the 15th of July, for instance. My point to you is, in a rolling 31 days is how they calculate at the company. When your entire organization, infinitely deep, follow me here, reaches 25,000 in sales in that 31 days, you become a vice president. Okay? It's kind of a big deal in the company. It's your first leadership step, real true leadership step. Okay? So let's look at that. Once you reach 25,000 in sales in your entire organization, the company's going to give you an additional 4% infinity bonus. That means everybody infinitely deep in your matrix, you're getting an additional 4%. Well, the question becomes, well, what was I getting paid on my when it was just the matrix like this right here? What was I getting paid? You're pretty much getting 1% all the way down on every level, except for level 6 and 7, where they threw in 10% on level 6, 10% on level 7. But the rest of the levels, it's 1% all the way down. So when you get to this point and you're a vice president, now you're picking up an additional 4% on everybody infinitely deep. I don't care if that goes 200-300 deeps of orders. Infinitely deep. Okay? Now watch this right here where it says $25,000 in sales. When you reach $50,000 in sales, you now step up to what's called a senior vice president. See that senior VP up there? Now you're going to get an additional 4% plus another 4%. So you're earning an additional 8% on your entire organization infinitely deep. And then when you do 100,000 in sales in a 31-day rolling period, you become an executive vice president. Okay? Executive vice president. Now you're earning 4%, 4%, and 4% infinity bonus, or 12% extra. That's extra over and above everything else we've talked about, down to infinity. It gets nuts. That is why you keep recruiting. Okay? Now, I'm not done. What happens if someone, let's go, okay, you got 25, 50, and 100. Those are your levels of VP, 4%, 4%, 4% for a total of 12%. What happens, though, if someone, let's say you've got Diane on your first level, and Diane finally makes it, and she becomes a VP. She's going to pick up 4%. See this? Diane now earns 4% infinity on her group. What do you earn? Okay? You earn, Diane's getting 4% in her group. You can't get 12 anymore. You go down to 8. I hope every one of you understand what we're doing here, okay? Remember, let's go back. Okay? You are earning, let's say you're an executive VP. You're earning 12%. All of a sudden, Diane comes in, this little red dot over here. She could be on your first level. She could be down here. It doesn't matter where she is. Just remember, from her down, 3, 9, 27, etc., all the way down, she's picking up her 4%. You're now getting 8%. Okay? Let's go back up another one. Let's say you're only a senior VP, and you're at 8%. Well, if Diane right here becomes a VP, she picks up her 4. You're now picking up the other 4. I hope you guys understand that, okay? So that's how these pay out, okay? Now, let's move on. I want to show you something else that's going to kind of blow you away. A lot of people don't really understand this. What you're looking to do in this business, if you really dissect the compensation plan, and you look at things like Top Gun, you don't even need to look at Top Gun. Top Gun is one of those far-reaching things. It's going to take me a couple years to reach. It's going to take a long time. But let's take, for instance, Mike Swilling's a presidential, okay? And being a presidential, you need 3 people. You need 3 people right here at this executive VP level. You need 3. So if this is you, you need to have maybe one here, but not it being the unilevel plan. But the point is, you'd have to have 3 people doing 100,000. Their groups are each doing 100,000 in that 31-day rolling period. But here's what I want to show you. Let's say this person right here takes off and becomes a VP. You're looking for the person in your organization. Now, I want you to follow me here. Whether they're on your first level or they're on your 50th level, it doesn't matter what level they're on. You remember I told you, anybody that you personally enroll, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, 1,000 people, 1,500 people, each one of these people that you personally enrolled, their legs. Here's the great news about the company. You're looking for 3 power players. You're looking for 3 legs. If you can find 3 legs to take off, and I mean really take off and go become executive VPs, like Michael Swilling, our upline has, you're going to be making the kind of money Michael's making. He's making over $15,000 a week in income. And it grows to this point. It grows whether he wants it to or not. Stuart has told him probably 4 or 5 times. It's just a matter of time. You will be earning $100,000 a month with this plan. Now that means that that's open to every one of us on the phone here. That's the kind of money we're talking about. And I know a lot of you that are brand new are sitting back thinking, man, God, it's so hard just to even make my first $50, $100, $200. I'm telling you how these things work. Remember, free is better than cheap. You shouldn't even have to do a 3-way call to get someone in. Everybody should get in because it's free. Free to get in and get a couple of free websites. But the goal is to get people to order. Get them a result. Get them sharing it, getting other people in for free. They order, getting other people in because they've heard of these great testimonials, and on and on and on. But when you find you're looking for 3 legs, I don't care if you have 1,500 legs right now, guys, or if you have 100 legs. It doesn't matter. You can go infinitely wide, hear me out, infinitely deep to find those leaders. These leaders don't have to be right here on your front line. They can be all the way down here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4th level down. You say, well, how did that work, Joe? Well, you went and got in Bob, who got in Chris, who got in Susan, who got in Janice. And Janice took off and became a VP in 2 months' time. Happens all the time, guys. Okay? And it doesn't matter. This could have been on your 48th level. It doesn't matter what level they're on. I don't think most of you that are brand new and that have never been in direct sales, you need to understand this is a huge deal. Why is it a huge deal, Joe? It's a huge deal because most companies make you personally find the individuals like this one right here to take off, or it doesn't count. Meaning if you didn't get this person right here to VP and this one got it, nope, that's not one for you. This company, Stuart made this so easy for us. You can go infinitely wide. Every one of those are legs. Infinitely deep. You're looking for 3 people in your organization from 3 different legs that have the potential to blow this thing out. And there's another one way down here. You see how that works? This is on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th level, just for the example. But you're looking for 3 power legs to drive. You find those 3 power legs, you want to strengthen them over and over and over again. How do I strengthen them? Easy. Get on the phone and start doing 3-way calls. Well, I didn't recruit this person. That's not my responsibility. It's John's responsibility or Marcia's. No, it's not. Leaders don't think like that. Hear me out, guys. I've been doing this a long time. I've made a lot of money. Leaders don't think that way. See, here's the difference between leaders and the average Joe, no pun intended, but the average Joe working one of these type of things. The average Joe will go out there and they'll say, well, I'm responsible for the people that I brought in and maybe one level below. But they never look down, really far down and say, where's this volume coming from? Who's doing this? I see that the person that I brought in here, Susan, is doing quite a bit of volume, but I don't see very many customers. I've only talked to one of her people. Well, you got to come down and find out who's doing it and then go work with them. If these people right here have a problem with you working Mary down here, are you kidding me? You're building their entire organization for them. By working Mary way down here, you're building volume for every one of these people. Don't ever let these people give you a guilt trip if you're going down here to work with this person. Listen, this is what leaders do. They drive down and they find other leaders because there's always an 80-20 rule in life. 20% of your people are going to make you 80% of your money. Don't ever forget it. It is a fact and it will never change. Okay? Leaders are leaders. You find leaders. Go find your leaders and then go work those leaders. And you'll get to VP quicker. You'll get to senior VP and then executive VP a lot quicker than if you're just working with your 1st and 2nd level people. Myself, Klaus, Janet, a lot of us, we're on the phone doing 3-ways constantly. We don't even know what level these people are on. They could be on our 30th, 40th level. We don't care because we understand leadership breeds other leadership. Take that as a good note tonight. Find the people in your organization that want to work. Find them. And if your people, I'm going to give you another tip here tonight. If this person here, Glenda, that you got in, gets in George, and George gets in his son, Joey, and Joey starts taking off. But these 2 right here say, no, don't call Joey. We're going to deal with Joey. You just, we'll deal with you. And you don't ever let them think that this person here is not part of you and your organization. Are you allowed to reach down here and grab this person and talk to them? Are you kidding me? They're part of your organization. Don't ever let anybody guilt you into thinking that you can't reach out and talk to their people. As long as you're doing good by their enroller, as long as you're doing good by them, you're doing good by these people here. I hope that makes sense. one of your takeaways tonight, drive down and find the people that want to work. Get them to the conventions that we have. Get them to the webinars and the conference calls that we have. Get them on the corporate calls. Make sure they're tuned in. Because a lot of times the other people in between don't have a clue what's going on. Okay? So you want to find your 3 power legs and drive them. I want to talk to you about PSPs, profit sharing positions. A lot of you understand that anybody that we enroll past our 4th person, so past your 3rd person, your 4th, your 5th, your 6th, and beyond. So again, your 4th person that you enroll personally to infinity. Every time you enroll someone, your 4th person, your 5th person, your 6th person, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, etc., every time you enroll someone like that, 4th person beyond, you're getting another, let's say we're talking about Diane. You're getting another Diane. Let's say your name is Diane, every one of you out there. You're getting, for the sake of this illustration here, you're getting another Diane thrown into the matrix. You know what the interesting thing is about that matrix? Here's the interesting thing. Here you are right here. You're Diane, okay? And I made you a vice president. You've got one vice president underneath you. But every time you put in more than 3 people, you're getting another Diane put right here, another Diane put right here, and another Diane put right here, another Diane put right here. These are all Dianes, every one of them. I can't tell you how many people I have in my organization that their entire 2nd level is them because they did what I told them. I said, go out and get 10, 12 people right now. It's free to get people enrolled. Go get them. And they went and did that. So their entire 2nd level is theirs as well. Here's the, again, I'm going to follow what I'm saying to you here. Every one of these positions, it pays the same as this position, meaning anybody that's under this position, you get paid the same way, 21 levels, okay? I hope you got that, okay? And you don't have to activate these positions. Let me repeat that. You put in anybody past your 3rd person, your 4th person to infinity. Every time you put someone in, you're putting another Diane in. So let's say that Diane went out and Diane put in 10 people in the first week. Well, her first 3 people went right here. Boom, boom, boom. Her next 7, 8, 9 people, whatever, all went right here. Because these people went in here or here, whatever, but there's always another Diane that's put in above them. Okay, so just look at this right here. All these yellows are you. They're other Dianes. Okay, so how do these things pay? This is what I want you to know. This pays out, it's its own, this thing right here is its own matrix. It pays down its own 21 levels. You heard me right. This position right here, this Diane number 2, it pays its own, even though it's in this organization here, this top position, it also has its own position here. And this one also gets its own 21 levels of pay. But so does this one, and so does this one, and so do these, and so do these. They're their own matrix. And you didn't even have to activate them with $47 order. How generous of the company. Are you with me on that? Here's another thing. What about this one? This one right here was another Diane right here. This one has its own 21 levels. This one right here, its own 21 levels, and the rest of these, they have their own 21 levels. So every time you put in a person past your 3rd, you get another you thrown into your matrix, your already existing matrix, and it pays the same. But here's the interesting thing. Anything that this person does right here in their network, you're getting paid on that person, correct? You're also getting paid again on this whole organization because this is yours. You own this. And then you're getting paid on this. You're getting paid triple. 1, 2, 3 times the money. And then if this one right here is you as well, 4 times the money on the stuff down here. Now you say, well, how is that such a big deal? Well, look over here. Let's say there's a VP that comes into your organization. Let's say this is let's say this is Kent over here. Kent becomes the VP, okay? You're earning right here, you're earning 21 levels off of Kent. Well, Kent's doing a minimum of 25,000 in volume every 31 days. It's a lot of money. Then you're doubling up on it again because this position right here gets all of this. So it includes this person and this person here. I hope this is making sense to you. And it might be a little confusing. We'll do another comp. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? That was weird. Hold on. Things are going crazy on me. Let me go back. There we go. So I hope you guys understand this. That's why it's so important to keep enrolling and keep enrolling and keep enrolling, because right now I have a lot of people that are starting to earn an extra $10 a week, $100 a week, $500 plus $600 a week on PSPs, meaning extra profit sharing positions. But do you know what that's going to equal? The people that are earning money now, like let's say someone's earning $500 extra per week on the PSPs right now. What do you think that's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now? That's going to be like more $5,000 extra. Did I say extra? Extra per week. Guys, this is the type of company, it may be a slow burn, meaning to build, but it's solid because people are getting, listen, people are getting on these products because they want them. CBD is the hottest thing to hit the industry in 50 to 60 years. It's everywhere. It's on TV. It's on the radio. It's on the news. I mean, it's huge. The CDC, all the cancer societies, I mean, they're all studying CBD because they're saying it's the greatest anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-anxiety compound on the planet. Guys, this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You say, well, oh my gosh, I ran an ad. I got 30 people to get in and only 2 people have ordered. So what? Make sure they keep getting emails. Remind them they still have their own personalized website. They have their own personalized, I can buy this stuff for wholesale website. One day, I've had people 2, 3, 4 months, they get in, they don't order anything. 4 months down the road, boom, they pop in an order. I don't know, they might have watched a TV program. They might have read something. One of their friends, one of them might have been their aunt and uncle, happened to say something about CBD, and hey, I got access to that to get it wholesale. Boom. Guys, you want to make sure that you get as many people in your organization as this thing blows up around the world, not just here. I'm going to go on that in a minute too. But you want to make sure that as many people as you possibly can are in your organization because they're going to order at some point. You want to make sure that you're on the other end of that, the receiving end. Okay? So I want to go over this last thing. If you're not on auto ship, you're crazy. Why am I crazy, Joe? You're crazy because you want to make sure you get paid always. Always. Now, if you're scared of just a backup show, listen, here's how you go to your quick links on your front page, your home page, hit manage auto ship. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. Okay? Click here to do a new auto ship order. Then you click on auto ship or that drop down right here inside this red ring. You click on that and it also says backup order. What's a backup order? Backup order is saying this to the computer. Computer, give me an entire month to see if I pick up the phone and order, or I go to my back office and I order on my own because I don't want the same thing every month. Just, and if I haven't ordered at least $47 US of stuff, I'm giving you permission so that I don't miss out on a check to throw in my backup order of 1 bottle, for instance, 1 vial of the 300 milligram CBD oil. Done. It's $49. You covered yourself. Done. That's a backup order. I've got a ton of people on backup. But most of the people are on auto ship. But make sure you get on one or the other. International. You guys already know that we're in the United States. We took a hiatus right now in Canada, coming on board right away. We're in England, Sweden, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Okay? We're going to be going into 35 plus other countries. Okay? You need to know that. Okay? So it's just a big deal. I want you guys to understand how big this is going to be. It's going to be massive. massive. And I want every one of you guys to participate. Couple of reminders. Your first goal is to get right here, 25,000 in sales. How are we going to do that, gang? We're going to start finding out who's ordering on our group, and we're going to focus on those people first. Help them start sharing, give them ideas, and you're going to start helping them build. Don't worry about the people you personally enrolled. If they're not doing anything in their duds, just say, who do you know? Who can I help you with? Who can I call? Who do you think would want this product? Who do you think would want to talk? And by the way, here's the other thing I want to tell all of you while I've got you on the phone. Don't ever put in writing claims, meaning things like arthritis and cancer and diabetes. And listen, we are not allowed to say that type of stuff. Your best avenue when you're trying to show people the power of CBD is say, John, Janice, Joan, Mary, go YouTube it. Just YouTube CBD oil benefits and sit back, and this is going to freak you out. Or you've already got several links that you like, send them 3, 4, 5, 10 links and let them watch it. You don't need to say a word. Let them watch the guy with Parkinson's go from barely being able to walk and open the door to he's a perfectly normal guy in 3, 4 minutes. I mean, these are the things that will do it. You don't need to put this in writing. Don't jeopardize your membership, because at some point when we have a real legal team on board, which we will, because we're going to get huge, they're just going to start terminating people that aren't following directions. So force yourself to start emailing people little links or saying, just go YouTube it. Google it or YouTube it. It's everywhere, and it's all positive. There's nothing negative. There's no side effects. There's nothing negative. Even in the medical community where the big pharma usually trash things, it's all over. CBD is the hottest thing going. So you just want to push forward that way. So remember, you're going to reach down, you're going to talk to these people, and the other takeaway I wanted you guys to take away was this right here, is to go down and you find 3 people, and they may change on you. You find 3 people that you know you can drive, and you want to get them on the phone with your upline. You say, well, I don't want to do that. I want to hoard my, don't hoard your people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Worst thing you can do, 25 plus years talking to you here. Don't do it. Introduce them to 2, 3, 4 of your upline. Let me make a note here. Okay. Let me clarify something. Upline that are in the, they're in the thick of it. They're working this thing. They're in the trenches. If they're just an upline and they're not doing much, do not put them on the phone with that person. Put them on the phone with people in your upline that are doing something. And do it for a reason. You got to hear what's going on with these guys. And that's why. You don't need a 3-way call. You don't need anybody to help you get someone signed up. We already went over that. It's free. Free's better than cheap. Can't get better than free. Just sign them up. The 3-way comes in when they're really deciding, do I really want to work this? Because if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But I don't know if I want to do this. Now it's time for a 3-way call. I hope you guys are with me. Okay? A couple last things that I want to talk to you about. You should never have any feeling that you're selling to get someone in this. Why? Remember, guys, it's free. You're not saying it's going to be $300 to get in. It's free. They order when they want to order, because once they get in, they have their own website. So they're going to order from their own website with their own credit card. They're going to drop ship at their own doorstep. You have no control over that. Okay? So, and feel good about this. Feel good about yourself. You can give it to them for free, right? Let me give you a typical leadership group. A typical leadership group in something like this is someone that's gone out and enrolled 30 to 150 people, personally. Of that, 15 to 20 are working, meaning they're doing something. Of the 15 to 20, 25 that are working, you've got 3 to 5 that are busting their butts. Again, whether it's first level, 10th level, 50th level, you're going to find 3 to 5. Well, those are your personals, but you're always going to find at least 2 to 3 or whatever. But below those, you're going to find the other people that want to get to work. Okay? Okay? Leaders are on the phone with at least 3 to 5 people daily, sometimes 2 to 3 times, 4 times a day. Why? Because the better those relationships, the better the trust, right? The better the companionship, the better the partnership, and the better everybody drives together. One last thing. I want you guys to understand something. These people, I was very quick in 4 months. I was able to get my income annualized up to 100,000 plus, and it keeps going whether I like it or not. You got people like Swilling that are making 15, 18,000 a month. You got a lot of in between. You got people even making more than him, believe it or not. But there's going to be even bigger stuff. I want you to remember one last thing before we end here. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. Don't think you're going to sit on your rumps and just tell a few people and just say, okay, go to work. Leaders don't do that. If the people they enroll aren't working, we've talked about this 3 times at least, they reach down and they find the ones that will. And they run like crazy with those people. I hope tonight has been an eye-opener for you. Hopefully you've learned a lot. It was a pleasure being on tonight, and I wish all of you the very best. God bless. Good night, everybody.